Greetings, salutations, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are playing some more Limbus company today. I don't hear Limbus. I have muted Limbus. Just a second. There we go. You should check if your friends have Zway Ishmael. She helps with Ricardo a lot. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so, if you missed it, today we are on, 5:30, the Big Brother. Which I believe I have heard the name Ricardo mentioned a number of times so far. Wait, go to Sinners? Oh, sure. That's what we're about to do. Okay, I've done 12 pullers, 2 daily extracts, and 1 set of 10. I should have saved them, but, we have enough to do a few pulls. I think we can do 2 sets of 10 pulls now, and we might earn enough sanity through the stream to do another set of 10. I've been looking at this character, the Blade of the House of Spiders, and she looks great. I don't actually know like how well she performs compared to other characters. I know I think she looks really fun though. The way she works, I think she'd be great with some of my characters. Okay, wait. Yeah, this team. I have most of the characters, all but one of the characters with direct synergies with her. And I think I could even try her on my Burner team, which I like. So, nothing. Ishmael and Sinclair. Let's try that again. Might as well, I still have to say, I still have to get used to Tribby in HSR instead of spamming. I haven't used Tribby myself. Outside of trials. Heathcliff, neat. Couple radia, a 3 okay, sadness. If I can pull Ryoshu before her banner ends, I might go and use my ego shouts and my boxes to get the Dan Quixote that synergizes with him. This one. If I can pull this Ryoshu, I might try and get the Index Proxy Florist Ego Pure Pro Roads right now. Procuration. Yeah. I think that's the one that synergizes with Ryoshu anyways. Wait, is that the one? She has this passive that... Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. No, yeah, procuration. I mean, I just trip over my tongue. Anyways, but... There's a lot of words that I understand how they're pronounced, even if I don't pronounce them quite right. Oh, I'm sad. I was really hoping that we might beat that and get you in the pulls. I've done my weekly mirror dungeons. So, I'm going to keep trying it for her in the coming weeks before she's off the Banu. Technically, I have a pretty decent amount for your shout I can use for here, possibly, but I don't know whether I want to do that yet. I should point out a little bit of progress. I actually did use shouts on Fire Fist Office specifically for my Byrne team. I don't know if we'll use him today though, but just a few days ago I was like, you know, I really want to do something that will progress my Pat team and my Byrne team and to get them a little better, so I get my Fire Fist Office Survivor. But, and why we're all here, he might actually be a really good option. I think the boss coming up is weak to blunt. Oh, that's actually where we are. We need to figure out who to bring. We have to bring Ishmael apparently, which I think I was kind of planning on anyway. My best Ishmael is probably just without a doubt House of Spiders. Technically, I have Pakwad. I don't have anyone else like really leveled at all, even. So if I'm bringing my own Ishmael, then I've got House of Spiders. Otherwise, for... Why am I not seeing Ishmael? There's Ishmael. There's a Zwei Association I've been suggested. I don't know what Zwei Association Ishmael even does. Aggro defense level up for Tramu. Tramu defense up? Your defense skill makes your third skill do way more damage. So I do want to present another option that I was considering. So I have House of Spiders Ishmael here, and I've got nope. Let's switch over to this one. I've got the middle big brother Heathcliff. I was kind of thinking about going and who is it? Dan Quixote? Yeah, there's I could use another middle character because if I use Heathcliff, because I kind of want to use the middle against him, seems kind of fun. If maybe a little silly, I don't know. But he has synergy with other middle characters. Our Heathcliff here. When this unit or any of the middle faction allies are hit by an enemy. Middle faction allies that have equipped defense skills. Middle faction allies adjacent to this unit. Middle faction allies including this unit use kicking on the sad enemy as an unopposed attack. Wait. If I'm even considering this, I have to update him. we're going to after him. Oh, speaking of Heathcliff, by the way, I started on Wuthering Heights this week. And yeah, a little bit into it though. I also didn't realize he had a skill locked behind up typo. I actually don't know what skill I just unlocked. Was it this one? Because I have actually been using him a lot. Oh, it's got to be this one. I kind of want to try a middle team. And if the middle team doesn't work, we try the Zway Ishmael. What is the... I'm going to pull up the senior list. I don't know all of the middle IDs off the top of my head. I know that Don Quixote has one there. I can't remember if there was other. Middle ID? No, I know there's at least one or two more, but I can't remember. Sinclair. Aggro. Okay, so I sometimes use the website Pride Winner to compare what they think of how powerful units are in this game. I do not take their rating as absolute or anything though, but they do have this Sinclair rated actually much higher than the Don Quixote. So, let's go with this Sinclair. Let's take some characters out. We want these three. I could... Part of me just wants to do a straight up middle team. I maybe should have done this before the stream if I was going to do a full-on middle team. I'm skipping this though. You forgot Ishmael? I might have. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I have middle Ishmael. I use middle Ishmael a decent amount. After I... Though the okay, I suppose there is a problem with this. Okay, so we go here, middle Sinclair, who we borrow here, and then I think we will go with these two because they're powerful and they have envy skills. Which of these? Last. Hey! I think that fixed it. Am I right? Can you hear me? I know what the problem is. It's kind of stupid, and I wouldn't say it's my fault. It's the company that makes the audio hardware and software that I use. Apparently, it just laid a bunch of people off recently. Isn't that fun? And now their device drivers are out of date because of that. Oh, you know, it's just fantastic, isn't it? I hope that wasn't silent for very long. What I was saying, I think when it went silent, that I don't think that these two middle characters that I haven't played with are that complicated. I think they really care about envy resonance. And we have a team that can work with that.
당장 집행해주지.
Ah, yes, the wonder of tech companies, exactly. I think there's a solution. But it's going to take more time than the few minutes I had when it was just last night I was finding out about this issue with my audio. Doing research, and I didn't have time. Okay. We're funding them off somehow, but that ship in the middle sure is eye-catching. Seems how usually that gaudy for a reason, you know. Oh, that guy standing there at the corner. Radio really ever showed this much fear and anxiety. Does she know him? Or know of him? That weird guy up there, he's been posing like that over there ever since this whole mess started posing. Do you mean like literally posing or? Posing? That's not what I'm talking about, Dante. Don't you recognize his tattoos? He's... a BB of the middle. I think I know what BB stands for. Do what a brother.
작은 형님 아니야?
I think she meant big brother. Heathcliff seemed to recognize the tomb. And Ishmael. Sorry about bringing this up now, but what's the middle? Just a mere mention or mere sight of them alone seems to shock and intimidate a lot of people. Remember how they pretty much traumatized Pilot? This is kind of interesting because this feels like getting into something that I don't know about, but I do know a bit more about than I would know if I was playing through the story without having gotten the characters. I feel like I've been able to like extrapolate a bit more about what the middle are just from playing with their characters a little bit. Doesn't mean I really know a ton about who they are, but it's an interesting aspect of the storytelling. I heard that the fingers, which the middle is a part of
손가락이라고 불리는 조직에 있는 사람들은
on a completely different level from your average syndicates.
만나본 적이
I've never met any of them face to face before, but
아니,
no,
만나는 것부터가
people like us,
있어서는 안 되는
we're never supposed to meet them like this.
뭐 끝이라고 봐야지.
We're all going to Fubar. A few beer. I don't know what Fubar. Can I guess? No.
마지막 한계비를 피워야겠군. 다들 죽기 좋은 날씨
Oh!
아닌가.
Oh, Ryoshu's properly scared to time for my one last cig. This is a good day to die, isn't it? Ryoshu, even you.
마주해야 하는 일들이라면 담담하고
If a trial must be weathered, we will weather it with dignity and tenacity, Dante.
준비 운동은 끝났나?
Big brother. And a music shift too. Can I hear his voice again?
준비 운동은 끝났나?
See, I don't know what should I do for his voice. Alright, how was the warm-up?
형님께서 시간 줄 때
Big bro's giving y'all time for warm-up. Appreciate it. He's wearing sunglasses in this gloomy weather.
일동 전열을
All hands, prepare for battle.
관리자님. 이번
Executive Manager, this battle, this foe will not be like any other we have encountered before. Under such dire circumstances, ensuring the safety of the commanding officer has to be our primary objective. It sounds a little bit like it's your usual glazing of Dante, but I also kind of agree that the best strategy is generally to protect Dante since he can resurrect you.
좀더 안전한 곳으로 피신하여 눈에 띄지 않게.
Please, find a safe place to hide. Make sure to stay out of his sight.
찌뿌둥하군.
Boring! Didn't think you would take this long for warm-up.
협상을 원한다면
Let's just negotiate. If you're seeking to negotiate, we're more than ready to listen.
악인과 협상을 하려 하더니 어찌?
Negotiate with a villain such as he? How? Well, looks like we're the ones backing up our lives now.
작은 형님이
I
진짜 올 줄은
I didn't
몰랐는데.
think that the big brother of the middle would be here in person.
그래, 내가 왔다.
Yeah, but I am.
난 말이다.
So, in all those years I've spent as out of the middle,
단 하나.
I had this one iron rule that I never broke.
하지만 넌
Until today, that is.
너희가 내 개인금
Your raid of my personal safe has forced my hand.
와, 치가 떨리네. 어떻게
Damn. Unbelievable. What awful mind thinks of doing something so heinous?
쌍갈고리
What? Ain't this about what happened back at the Twin Hooks Club? A bulky ancient book hung from his waist, secured in a place by thick chains. He lifted it with his hand. Wait a second. He's talking about a safe. What safe? Am I forgetting a safe? Let's do it. I must be, or what?
그러니
So here on this day, I declare your sins, O guilty ones.
너희들의
Your unforgivable sins.
저기 우리가 비록
Look, we had a kerfuffle with Miss Me, but
그대의 부하는 우리가
your
무사히 돌려보냈어.
subordinate, she remains safe and Unharmed. It gets explained more. Alright, wait. No, stop. He didn't know. This has nothing to do with Smee.
스미? 그게 누구지?
He doesn't know who Smee is. The Ysaina voice kills me. What I do for the Ysaina voice is I try to imagine it a moaning voice, a kind of tired early hours voice. That's what I kind of try to do for it. Smee, who's that? No way. He didn't know.
괜한 언동이었는가?
My interjection may have been unnecessary.
어디 보자.
Well done. Okay. Let's see, with that sin piled on top. The big brother began flipping through the pages, taking time to wet his fingers.
안가품 장부다. 저기에 적혀진 이름들은
That's the Book of Vengeance. Once your name is written on that book, Fubar is also written into your fate. Hilarious. So hilarious that I might go mad. Fubao. It's the second time she's said Fubao. Maybe ours revenge, or Fubao is written. Huh.
세상은
Listen, we live in a binary world. The world that is luscious, and the world that is bristly. Are you aware of their differences? Silence. The urge to blurt out, "What the hell are you talking about?" was palpable. Yet it was suppressed by an unknown, incredibly patient force. The luscious is what flows and wraps gently around your hand when your finger comes through it. I feel like I'm getting even more lost with what he's talking about as he talks. And the bristly is what roughly stabs and pokes out between your fingers. What? Patience, perseverance, and a delicate pair of talented hands are crucial to becoming the most luscious that one can be. He's speaking in riddles, so I think there's a difference between riddles and nonsense. Do you understand? No. I do not. It sounds like you're talking about here, but I don't. He is. Do you understand now the incredible amount of effort that goes into maintaining this hair in the right shape and the perfect lusciousness? He's saying we live in a binary world. The world that is luscious and the world that is... Is he... Huh? Okay, how does... So he's comparing here that is luscious and here that is bristly, and he is saying that the world is made up of Who that is luscious and who... Okay, whatever.
최고급 항구인 대왕가
There once was a coupon to get the coveted personal hands-on hair cream
프라이빗 미용실 원장
from the director of the top-level luxury hair salon on one of the richest boats of Europe, the Stingray boat ship, continuously for 5 hours.
거기다.
It's sad.
누구나 멋쟁이가 될 수
With that coupon, anyone could enter the hold of the luscious, and anyone with a coupon had the privilege of an appointment-free visit. Okay. Some of this kind of lines up because I have this character, and his abilities reference this dialogue here. I have him, and let me pull up his abilities. His abilities are named because I have him right here. Yeah, open him on this tab, this internet tab. His abilities are named kicking, whatever, watch your back, whatever. But my hero coupons is one of his abilities. Okay, my hero coupons is an ability. Sure, whatever. You know, vengeance and envy and stuff, and hero coupons. Important stuff. Okay. This poor man was vanished through the wallet of the Brisley. It's truly awful. Oh? So, we're being accused of taking his coupons for a hair salon?
아까 요슈 씨가 좁은 형님이라 했던 것은
So, when you called him a brother...
속 좁은 걸 의미하지.
I meant that he can be a real bitch to get rid of once you piss him off.
진짜. 엮이지 않는
Damn it. We should have steered clear of these bastards. Who took his hair coupon? Did one of the sinews? Or is he confused? Did Virgil? What's with the... She's giving an understatement for the record. He's very persistent. I have heard that this is not the only time we encounter him.
그것은 북신을 위한 원대한
That's terrible, Dream Genie. My internet has a couple days recently just been... Bleh. I mean, are you fine with a small spoiler? A small spoiler, sure. I mean, I've gotten smaller spoilers here and there. It was Heathcliff. You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. Both because Heathcliff is insane, and because, he's the one who got the ID. They were to be my first steps into the world of the luscious.
하지만 그 쿠폰을 털어가는 바람에
Heathcliff has to get pretty for when he goes to visit Kathy's. That makes sense. That makes sense. Especially since I've started reading Wuthering Heights and there's the stuff with Catherine in it and stuff. Honestly, I feel like they should have picked a different sinner because Wuthering Heights to have Heathcliff being darker skinned is... That's true. That's true. Yet the coupon thief
나는 기약 없이
has
구석인 채로
left me
살아가겠어.
stranded indefinitely in the world of the bristly.
자, 봐라.
Behold, behold the testament to your heinous sins. The big brother tossed a piece of paper before us. Oh, nice job, Heathcliff. You're not just swiping it off a desk or anything. I mean, he mentioned the safe, but it looks like you are doing like a proper heist in this picture. I do have to, however, scold you, Heathcliff, because, you got caught. You messed up on one of the most important parts of the heist, Heathcliff. You got caught. Yeah, it's clearly the coupons that matter the most to this guy. Got caught in Vogue, exactly. The big brand, I read it. And it was a picture. Heathcliff.
몰랐어. 전 것인 줄은.
I didn't know the safe was his. Look, it's got colorful kitty stickers on it. You've got to be absolutely balmy to assume that it's the safe of the middle's big brother, right?
취향이라는 건
Everyone has different
마치
tastes.
호수처럼.
Just like the numerous colorful lakes of the Great Lake.
다양성과 취향을
Your
무시하는 건
blatant
왜
lack
저것을
of respect for diverse, differing tastes will be added to the Book of Vengeance as well. Okay, so the middle does seem kind of eccentric. They're not just ordinary Avengers here. They're certainly eccentric ones, it seems. His book has cute stickers as well. He decorates his little siblings' books with them. They do good. Wait, have I seen that on Ishmael's? Middle Ishmael's?
트라마가 저 장부에 또 뭐라도 더 적히기 전에
Someone, please shut Ether before he adds anything more to that book. Did Heathcliff actually shut himself up? Is that something that he's capable of? Heathcliff, did you even know what or where these coupons were for?
발턱이 있겠냐?
Of course not! Bloody hell! Oh no! Hold on, hold it. Heathcliff, look at what you have done. Heathcliff, you have disappointed Van Quixote. What are you going to do about this? I mean, maybe not a sticker, but I'm sure if you presented here with a badge, it would make it up to here. I mean, she we are the villains in this tale, then. Have we become naught but little thieving rascals? Wherefore hast thou committed such villainy, Heathcliff?
왜 생전 관심도 없던 헤어싸움.
Disappointing Don Quixote is a crime, punishable by several hours of fixer stories. Exactly. Unfortunately, the thing about Ishmael's middle ID is that she has the middle keyword on her ID. But she isn't a true member. Wait. Does she not count for the synergies with the team that I have? Oh, Heathcliff cast a downfall with it, yeah. Oh, it's a. No, I see. She's not. She doesn't relate to an actual character we meet as an or. Thou hast not once given a second look at thy Jerusalem, yet why?
그런 게 있어.
I've got my reasons.
단 한 가지 희소식은
There is one good news, however.
가져간 쿠폰을 다시
The chance of your absolution, even if you were to return the coupon, is infinitesimal. Infinitely close to nil, in fact.
그러므로 그 쿠폰
Thus, keeping the coupons will make no difference to the outcome of this encounter, Heathcliff. They are now yours.
불행한 소식으로는
The bad news
쿠폰을 사용해 보기도 전에 우린 모두 대박이라는
is that well, I'll be upped before Heathcliff even gets the chance to use them. With his extended, passionate speech coming to an end, the big brother of the middle and Don Quixote both wiped the tears from their eyes. He had tears in his eyes. I like to imagine that he's been monologuing the whole time we had this discussion here.
그리고 그 죄의 대가는
And the price of your sins. Let's see. Title 8, Section 20 says,
A양의 여섯 번째.
and row A, line 6, here's a line of coupons. That book has instructions in case someone steals their hair salon coupons.
그래, 찾았다.
Ha! Found it.
관계자 전
Complete and total extermination of all involved parties.
처형이다.
Execute their coupon thief and any and all of their affiliates. Effective immediately. That's a very harsh punishment, I might say. Can we conceivably negotiate on this? We negotiate it down to all but one of the involved parties gets exterminated and we just have them kill everyone but Dante. That would work.
역시 속좁.
Truly a BB.
나는 중지의 작은 형님 리카르도.
My name is Ricardo, a big brother of the middle. Let my name be the last thing you remember before you perish. Memories are important after all. Hey, you know, Ricardo, the thing we won't remember before we perish is we won't remember anything luscious. We'll remember bristly. Yoshu threw her one last cig to the ground, smoked down to the bat.
썩 맛있진 않았어. 다음이 있다면 더.
Unsatisfying. I'll get a proper luxury cig next time. If there is a next time. And the big brother quite literally soared into the air. We'll see if this team works. If not, it'll be on to the second try. Okay, we have multiple waves.
방금 기술 봤어? 디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 건가?
We have multiple waves. Our first wave seems to be all just stern little brothers of the middle. Look at that, they have envy ability. Oh, hopefully they're not super resistant to envy. That would be tragic. Let's go with let's just use some envy skills. It seems that is what we're here for. The weak to blunt, which is the middle specialty. Oh, nice. Fun fact, this background music is completely didactic. Nice. Ricardo just has a boom packs to play his battle music. Oh, I love the way the waves look in the background. Oh, fantastic. Oh, whoops. Can I check? Yeah?
내가 봐주마.
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 아니 그런 것 같긴 한데. 아무튼 슬램!
Ah, Ricardo's beating up his own minions. Look at that.
그 정도 가서 우리 식구를 건드렸나?
Also, the thing is that like we're using a middle team, but on top of that we're using two of my most powerful characters in the team, the Rena Nurse Father and the Rena Princess here. They're also very powerful. So I don't think it's even like entirely me just me using the middle team. I think this counts as fratricide. Oh wow. Wow, no more envy. But we've tuned on several middle things. Okay, let's go with... Oh, right, but Ishmael starts with lower sanity this chapter. That's a shame. We're going to go here. Let's have Ishmael attack over there. And you help with that one. Good.
내가 왔다.
반항하지 마.
암털만한가?
되겠냐고요.
Okay. Are you attacking? You're not attacking Ishmael? Why not? But just we need 6 envy resonance for here.
디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 기술 봤어? 디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 건가?
At 6 plus some of...
이렇게?
How much sanity? This would take her to -5. -5's not bad. Let's do that. No, probably not. In which case we don't want to do that. So my thought process was to do that in order to just trigger envy resonance in order to get here counter fully powered. But the reason I don't think I want to do that is I think I want to stack my sanity up a little higher for later waves of the fight. If that logic makes sense.
감상은 어떤가요? 반항하지 마. 얼얼하지?
일어나! 아직 한 번은 죽어야 한다고.
나도 녹이면서 뵐수
Okay, here we go. They're both agitated. We have a ton of resources. We've got plenty. I do actually want to check really quick. I'm borrowing someone's Sinclair. What are these egos that this person has equipped? Cavernous Wailing, Hacksnail, Lantern. Do we have the affinities to possibly activate this? Let's check in a moment. Because I like the heal of Lantern. What in the world is Flower Berina Pin? Yeah, I think we should be able to activate that sometime. We might use Lantern at some point for a heal. This is actually a fantastic lineup for a middle team that centers around tanking it. Oh! I'm so far liking this team. I think I like it. I want to actually have you go there. We will have you attack there. You see, this is the ability my hair coupons. I actually want to check because before this fight, I uptied him to the last rank. And because of that, I think I unlocked this. Complete and total extermination. What is the requirement to use this 3-2? And can we use it more than once is actually a big thing. At 15 plus a vengeance tattoo, you get it. And you change the battle music, apparently. If the replays... Can we use it more than once?
그래, 내가 왔다.
I think it is reusable, yeah.
좋아.
I think you're right,
한줄 주워주지.
Juster.
좋아. 장부에서 삭제.
I think I do not want to use closing a time early, even if I unlock it in time from viewing the tableau. I'm getting close to unlocking a closing time. We should hit Tumo last if we can. What? You know, maybe I've been tricked by Ricardo, because whether I win or lose this fight, I've just realized Ricardo still wins. Maybe this was a mistake. Ricardo wins either way.
거창을 세워주지.
보여드려야겠군요.
Ah, the Aumil comes up. Okay, here we go. Let's go here. And we're going to go there. Yeah.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
That's referring to as a certain ego gift in the mirror dungeon that you use a single coin skill. I have seen the one. It just means that skill. Yeah. Some of the things and abilities I read, I kind of figure out for closing out some very niche synergies that they don't intend to apply to a certain skill. Which is something I'm used to outside of this game. In other games. Okay, let's see. Technically, he has a closing time, but I think I wanted to save closing time since we can only use it once. They've learned their lesson from Rini saying in every game. What happened? You have me curious. Yeah. Let me... Yeah, let's do this. Rini and Otis could trigger every keyword ego in the mirror dungeon, which made them extremely OP. Wow!
한 쌍의 상황들과
They
24개의
put out
꼬리
jabs for
자아내는
play
PI맨.
testers.
예술적이네요.
Oh. Is that the passive that labels them as specifically bleed-like character? It's like this character can inflict these things, but it only counts as bleed. Correct. Okay, I'm kind of thinking of throwing in defense things on all of these ones and using the Sinclair Ego to heal. I want to make sure he gets to use that. They're not going to attack, are they? Oh, look at that.
베어 넘겨드리죠.
Ooh. I want just a little health back before we get to that third and final wave. Yeah, that was a decent bit of health, I think. Okay. Okay, here we go. Ricardo. Here we go. All allies heal a ton SP at turn start. Every time a middle ally is killed in this encounter, gain a defense level up. When an ally from the middle is killed, an enemy that attacked this unit fails to deal more than 12 HP damage with skill. The enemy loses ton SP. Okay, so we want to deal big hits to him. Okay, so something interesting here is okay, so we have closing a time, but we can technically save it for a turn. To recommend saving skill 3. Okay, then we're saving that. If we so we get a free use of Ishmael's
디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데.
Ishmael's skill 3 if she
이렇게?
uses her counter in a 6+ sum of NVA resonance. So I am thinking we do something like this. It makes him take more damage, okay. Alternatively, what do we have? Envy fragility. Let's... yeah.
감상은 어떤가요?
Should be the glasses icon. I'll keep an eye on. Ricardo versus Ricardo right there.
만한 것들.
Ah, he's fighting himself again. It's kind of easy to lose track of which one is which when they fight.
가슴 가장 깊은 곳까지
Yeah, does it count if you're stealing hero coupons if it's from yourself? Unclear and basic, man. Does he have a glasses icon? He does not. So I hold it up on closing time. Let's... I am a tone on how much to actually attack the brothers because of how his passives are. When an ally of the middle is killed, he gains. And this pout vengeance tattoo every time a middle ally is killed in this encounter gain a pants level up. Oh, but he already has full offense level up, so that can't go higher. It's because they were killed earlier. Okay. I'm a little less concerned now. Oh, but he's using... Wait, what's Test of the Big Brother? While this effect is active, triple the damage taken from skills and the amount of stagger threshold. I think this is the one we were just told about. Oh, she won't die because... Oh, I know the passive. I didn't know that passive also did that. That's what I heard. So if I had the new Ryoshu on this team... What? Wait. No, wait, is she... Am I going crazy? Wait, yes.
방금 기술 봤어? 디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 건가? 아니면
She's... wait. Wait, the new Ryoshu. I need to pull up the new Ryoshu really quick. Wait, Limbus, company, ID list. The new Ryoshu redirects any damage she takes to House of Spiders characters, doesn't she? If any of the House of Spiders allied identities are on the field, transfer HP damage taken to the House of Spider identity that has the lowest current HP. How does that work if Ishmael can't be killed? It sounds like it works in a very funny way. Oh, I wish I'd pulled two on those pullers I did earlier.
이거 긴강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램! 상관의 덕분에 나쁘지 않아요.
훌륭한 말나요?
Oh, there. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Was that my, That was my Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't this one, right? No, he doesn't even have that ability. I got it confused which one was attacking there. Let me see. Okay, now he does take extra damage. So we go all out this turn. We go closing a time. And I should consider if there are any egos I want to use. Wait, it's triple damage from skills though, isn't it? It's not egos. Yes, okay, no, never mind. I'm not using any egos.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
Time. Oh, for closing time. Oh, here we go.
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다. 그럼 안녕히.
항상 저희 영감을 일깨워 주시는군요.
It's too bad we don't have very many Reen members for that ability.
거탑을 세워주지.
But we do have somatic friction on our two that we do have. Fantastic. I can't remember what else. Yeah. He's staggered. Ooh, that's nice. Not for him though. It's very nice for me. Up to 19 Anobi ego resources.
거기서 지켜보시죠.
God! He's attacking himself there. Oh? Wait. Oh! Normal... Complete and total extermination. Hey, I just used that move.
저를 묻어주긴 내가 죽어도
다시 회복하는 건 너무나 멀쩡하게.
Sad defeat. I think you just first tried this. Did I? I'm actually a little confused. I guess I assume I wanted to be in dialogue if I last. Okay. Alright. Dante is going to need... Yeah. I did! Okay, I won! That defeat completely threw me off. I'll get revenge at an interval, not in a canto? Okay. You regenerate like nothing happened. Unlike my hairdo, which should have received its rightful cue that day and will never recover. Can my clack even make a difference against someone so overwhelmingly powerful. My legs began to shake. Strategy, resurrections, it all seemed completely meaningless against this onslaught. Oh wow, look, she looks really hurt. Canto. Faust's voice calling my name has never sounded more hollow. Speak, Faust.
다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다.
You must come up with a new plan.
저는 또다시
My bodily functions will cease again in a matter of moments. This may be my last meaningful advice to you. And sooner or later, that man from the middle will come for you.
당신까지.
Wow, he is powerful. What? Involvement of an individual affiliated with the middle should not have happened.
당신이 시계를 몇 번이나
It will not matter how many times you turn the clock. That man will crush your clock
히스클리프를
as soon as he tires of inventing different ways of killing Heathcliff.
그 단대
There is a button on the back of your head.
조그만
Tap it times. Hold it
던
times.
길게
What?
번을
What is this? I'd grown accustomed to total annihilation. Oh, you don't. No, don't grow accustomed to total annihilation. Oh, we've had plenty on our journey here. Can I? The sinners always gave their lives to learn our enemies' weaknesses or patterns, while I worked out a strategy from the rear. And the answer would always be somewhere within our reach. Slowly but surely, we'd figure out the answer. And for that promise of an answer, the sinners rose again. But this time was...
말씀드린 방법대로
Once you have completed the sequence, you have 30 seconds before the charge in your head
시간으로
explodes. Okay, no, I don't think we want to go for this option, Faust.
쉽게 말해 자포
In other words, you can self-detonate. I don't like this option.
황금가지가 적대 세력의 손에 넘어가는
That is our last resort. An emergency preventative measure to stop our enemies from getting their hands on the golden boughs.
폭발의 범위는
I don't think he cares about the golden boughs.
열과 강도는 굉장히 강한
While the explosion radius may be small, the heat and the force it generates are powerful enough
그
to
황금가지를
melt even the stars of the city.
소각시키기 위한 것이기도
It should be effective to cremate the golden boughs as well. Okay, I don't like this option at all, Faust. It'll stop him from picking up the coupons from Heathcliff's squishy body. That's right, we can be just as spiteful as Ricardo. What about Virgilius? He said he'd come help before my hand.
말씀하신
I see that you now have the full understanding of our predicament.
현 상황을 알릴 수도
We have no way of relaying
설령 안다고 해도
our present situation to him.
앞으로 2시간 가까이
Even if he did learn of our troubles,
실 방법이 없습니다.
he has no means to reach us within the next 2 hours. That's a shame. That's a shame. Virgilius being useless once again. What about the sinners? When I'm gone, you guys are... I am well
알고 있어요.
aware of the consequences my wallet will meet its end here. That is why this is your last resort. It looks like we're coming to the end of this game, guys. We're just about at the point the game ends, where Dante detonates their head, and that's the end. Almost there. I could keep running away. I'll take the boat and try to stay alive until the last of the lake. Let Virgilius cross the borders, and there is a chance, yes, but it is incredibly slim. I mean, it's a chance. This was the second time after Siegfried. The overwhelming sense of dread. So overwhelming that it breaks even our fighting spirit. The incident with Siegfried was humiliating. But he wasn't there to obliterate us. He was just there to teach us a lesson. But this man, he was not going to stop until he's completely broken every sinner's will, until he's satisfied, until the humiliation the middle faced is recuperated. He will kill. Even though this may be the end of LCB, the world, no, Limbus company must continue to exist. Dante, you must make a judgment call.
재밌는 게 다 있네.
Look what we have here.
몸은 다
I've torn you to pieces,
눈빛은
yet
찌지도
with
않고
burning
계속
eyes, you still attempt to rise.
이딴 것들 때문에.
1 second. We can't. Not here. Not like this. Ishmael.
째깍째깍 돌아가면
Look
실체가
at you.
되살아난다.
She's so soaked in blood. And you here too. Tick tack, bring back the dead, huh?
세상 참 좋아.
What a world we live in. Is that kind of tack even allowed in the city, though? Guess I'll go ask the great sister. Great sister. Once I get back, a great sister. Interesting. Maybe their leader? Oh, at least someone higher up. Ishmael, we can't win. I mean, maybe there's a way around it. I mean, maybe he can't swim and we toss him overboard. I'm sure Ishmael knew that better than anyone. I couldn't bring myself to tell her the same thing. Shut up!
지랄 말고 계속 살려요.
We don't know if there's a higher rank than that yet. Stop fucking around and do your job.
다음 기회에
Give it another try. Why don't ya?
살려.
Bring me back again. Ishmael and I were nothing more than entertainment to him. With every tune of the clock, with every revival, he howled with laughter and clapped with joy. Oh, very nice, very nice.
저기 해결사님들 너무
Ooh.
억울하시죠?
Really?
당신들이 방심해서 진 게 아니라
Look at
제가
that.
세서 이긴 거거든요. 이걸로 이번 월간 해결사
Middle Ishmael did the most damage in that fight. Very nice. I use her a decent amount. She does not often do that well. Good morning, sorry I wasn't here early, I was sleeping. Oh, that's fine, that's very reasonable. The Big Brother 2.
좋아. 이번엔 선글라스를 세쳤어.
Good. You nicked my sunglasses. Oh, really? There's a middle news father, however, only appears in Canto 9. I'm guessing the other news fathers also appeared in Canto 9 from the way the IDs have been, but... Well, it was kicked from the middle, so he technically doesn't count.
하지만
Too bad. You'll have to try again. Oh, she's so cute. Damn it! I didn't face all of those waves just to... As long as I can keep trying, I can... The mist thickens. It expands, devouring everything. Our future, our hopes, and any slim chance of victory we had. And so does the fag of my sight, of my mind. Will this continue until either Ishmael gives up? Oh, until he gets tired of this little game? Oh, is there a point where we reach the limit of Dante's resurrection capability? Do we get to keep his sunglasses as a trophy if we nicked them? Of course! Though be careful that Heathcliff doesn't steal them from you. Until he simply walks over and crushes my clock. Could Virgilius piece my shattered clock back? Is that even possible? Would he even care? I don't know. Sometimes he acts like he wouldn't. I don't really like this Canto. Its writing feels a bit worse than the others. Interesting. So far, of the Cantos I've completed, 4's been my favorite. So, the ones I'm most looking forward to currently are Don Quixote's, which is 7, I believe, and I'm also most looking forward to Otis's, but I don't think Otis's Canto is released yet. If I did as Faust told me to, and blew up my head, not even a shred of me would be...
슬슬 똑같은
Otis
말만
isn't
들으니
out
지루해져
yet,
가는데.
that's Canto 11, yeah. But I want to get into hero backstory. Canto 10 is gonna be Mirso. Ooh, interesting. I am curious what Mirso's backstory is, as his is one of the books I've read. Your rubber trousers starting to get old.
메인 이벤트.
How about we just zoom right past that and to the main event? I call this clock bashing. No! Don't! Dante! Run! Get out of here! Canto 12 is gonna be Faust. That one also promises to be interesting.
당신 엄청 소중한 사람인가 보다.
The clock follows gotta be someone so very precious to you, hmm? Just look at you hanging onto my leg after all that beating.
관리자는 단테는 안 돼.
Dante's speed range is probably 1-1. Yeah. 0-0. Not the manager. No, Dante. Not Dante. Not Dante. Should I press the button? Is that really going to be my last ever thought? There was a distant sound. It sounded like a bell or something metal, like an answer to my question. The solemn sound told it clearly through the blinding fog. I think our only hope is that something from the lake interrupts things.
아,
It was a skiff, one much smaller, much more modest than ours. What is that? There's like a blue light? There's no way that's the Virgilia, but you know what this image right here makes me think of? Can I blow that up so we can see it louder? One second, let me just... Let me really quick. Here's the man himself. So what this image makes me think of is the Ferryman, which why? Oh. But why? Stream, let me show this. That's not working. I was trying to blow up the image louder. But it makes me think of the ferryman who rows across the river Styx, which, you know, has a name. A certain name. From beyond the misty veil, the skiff slowly glided across the water in our direction, and it was a solitary figure holding an oar. A giant harpoon was attached to the bow of the ship. Charon, yeah! So I was thinking if there's Charon bringing someone, the only person Charon would bring would be Virgil.
What?
But why? The big brother of the middle, who could probably break that puny skiff in half with his bare hands, stares at it in a stunned silence. Can I? Is there smoke? Is this person smoking? There's... Oh, I can see it there too. It became clear that the skiff didn't float here by accident. And the figure on the boat began gently rowing in our direction. Someone alluded to this person being a reference to the book, The Old Man and the Sea. Through the mist, we saw something flash atop the skiff. The figure hurled something in our general direction. It flew so fast that no human eye could catch it. Okay, so from a storytelling standpoint, it seems like this person has to be here to help us. Maybe they're not allied with us, though. It seems like this person has to be the reason that this isn't the end of the story. That Ricardo doesn't kill us all. This person is the reason. Which makes me curious as to whose side this person is going to be aligned with. Are they on our side, or did they just happen to be here because they're against the middle? I don't know. We'll see. Then a powerful shockwave, far mightier than anything the pirates had fired earlier, struck us. The air itself quaked. It was not a distance that most people would even think about jumping across, but the figure leaped over from the skiff to the lobotomy cope branch, gracefully and with agility. Whoever they are, they're likely against the whales. That might be enough. That does sound reasonable. The whales seem terrifying. The man from the middle, who so far had appeared unassailable, stumbled and fell to his knees. His shoulder was skewered.
당신.
You! That's when I finally noticed that what the figure had thrown was a harpoon. A harpoon too immense to be thrown by a mere person, let alone at such a blinding speed. The hooded figure's arm was wreathed in a familiar light. What light?
영감탱이.
You old geezer!
호수에서
That you were out there fishing?
색을 달고 나서
What? You think you're some hot shit now that they made you a collar? Just because you hunted the Maulen whale? Are you challenging the middle to hunt like we're some whale? That it?
나를 공격한다는 게 어떤 뜻인지는
We had someone of a color mentioned earlier in this canto. Well, you're not the kind of idiot that would attack me without knowing the consequences.
공지도 고래와 다를 바 없지. 하지만 여기 온 것은 그 때문이 아니야.
The middle is no different from a whale. But that's not why I'm here.
그저 놓쳤던
I'm just
고기를
here
잡으러
after a fish that got away. Course you are! I'm sure there's no need for me to remind you that the middle never forgets.
뭐그 밴댕이 소갈머리
Feel free to write me down in the remaining margins of that nasty little book, if you wish. The old man tags the harpoon lodged in the big brother's shoulder. The big brother tried to hold his ground against the harpooner's pull, until there was a crunch.
버티면
Those
부서진다.
that do not bend break. The harpooner tore off his entire shoulder with it. Yeah, and guess who doesn't have a clock to bring themselves back? I mean, I know you're not dying here, but you can't just rewind your injury. It was a force that would have turned most people into tattooed meat.
썩어도 준치군.
Not bad.
다음은 어떤?
Would you like to give it another try?
그래 좋아.
Fine, fine. I'll leave for now, but don't you forget, the middle remembers. It doesn't matter what I did here. The middle will remember everyone and everything that due to tune their back on it.
그리고 무조건 대갚아준다. 그게 어떤
And the middle
형태든 간에.
always pays its debts in whichever form.
Ishmael and I had no choice but to watch in a silent awe as the old man approached us. Please don't kill us as well. I mean, I don't think you're going to, but The harpoon was still in his hand, and if he wished to strike us with it, we could never hope to get out of its way.
난 이 건물을 삼켜버려.
I'm looking for the fish that consumed this structure.
You hunt whales, alright, it seems. You should do.
자네들도 고기를 낚는 자들인가?
Are you two also here to fish?
Nice, nice. The indigo alder. Interesting.
아이웨군 파우스터 씨. This was unexpected of you, Faust. For you of all listeners to be the one to bring about a big shot to our humble abode.
Do you have any idea how many times that prick killed us? The least you could do is...
Yes, it reminds me. I'll have to reopen my personal consultation hours for a certain kleptomaniac among us.
Virgilius, you're not a very good guide, are you? I'm not sure you're a very good guide, Virgilius. Sometimes the things you do, Virgilius. I feel like you know how outmatched we were out there. You know that like we were so close. I hears with away from losing the golden brows. In fact, it wasn't even a luscious hair slain with. Virgilius' obvious discontent at the involvement of an outsider didn't seem to bother Faust.
작전에 투입해야 하는 인물이라고
I
판단했습니다.
considered him indispensable to the completion of this mission.
이유는? And why is that?
나는 그 창백한 고래를 잡을 수 있는
Because
유일한 자일 테니까.
Because I am the only one who can hunt that pallid whale. Of course you are. The indigo alder.
Indigo? He is a color? Thou meanest to say that I, at this very moment, am sharing a space with not one, but two color fixers?
I heard that you were wandering the Great Lake to hunt its whales.
마지막으로 들려오는 소문에 따르면 오재앙 중 하나인 모든 것을
If you think about it, Heathcliff did everyone a favor by setting up this meeting, so maybe he should get to keep the coupon. Maybe he should steal more coupons. How many tries did it take? 1. Though I was rather confused whether I'd won or lost at the end of it.
And at last I heard you hunted one of the 5 calamities, the all-impaling Mowlin whale.
Yeah. The Heathcliff Ricardo ID. Yeah. The old man grunted. It was neither a confirmation nor denial. But that was the way the old man was. Everyone understood that.
정황상 황금가지는
All circumstantial evidence suggests that the golden bough was devoured by the whale stranded at the Great Lake.
외곽에서만 보였다던
Yes, that
오지양 중
very
하나의
same pallid whale of the 5 calamities, normally observed in the outskirts.
역시 그렇겠지.
Of course. That's how these things always tend to flow.
What's your favorite Canto 5 character so far? We haven't met that many different characters in Canto 5, have we? I like this guy. Didn't like the fishbowl guy that much. Ricardo's interesting, but I'm not sure I can say he's my favorite character. But as far as characters go, I did like him. There was Smee. There was also Pilot. We don't. I feel like we haven't met that many different characters in this Canto. Prequag is wonderful when you meet her. Honestly, I feel like it actually has to be between this guy and Ricardo at the moment, in a part, because I just do two of both of those, Ricardo and the Indigo Aldo. How two of the more interesting characters.
We've wasted much time, so I'll be blunt. I wish to hunt the pallid whale.
That's interesting. I didn't. I knew he was smoking, and I knew there was a light coming from under his hood, but I didn't anticipate that his cigar was glowing blue. Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yes, and time's all we have.
Glowing indigo, perhaps. Is that indigo? I don't think it's. I feel. I'm looking at. I think indigo is typically darker than that. Maybe? Like, I'm looking at images of indigo here, but I feel like it's...
또한 저희는
Moreover,
그 고래가 어디로
we know
향할지
where the
알고
whale
있습니다.
is headed,
당신은 그 고래를
and I am
잡기 위해
certain that you have
오랫동안
spent
관찰하고
a
기회를
significant amount of time
나름의
observing and
방법을
learning
가득한
that
분이시죠.
whale to hunt it. Actually, let me check something. Let me just check this. No, I can't find it.
이건 어때요?
I've got a plan,
원한다면
and I'll do anything to make it work, even if you want me there only as bait.
그 방법은
And this is how we'll do it. Oh, they're telling us. They're not telling us the plan. I think that's actually good news for the plan being more likely to work, us not learning it. Hello, fixer names I'll refer to something particularly interesting about them. Like yellow harpoon and red eyes and stuff. So this means that there's nothing more interesting about him than him being owned. The crowd fell silent when Ishmael finished explaining her plan.
미쳤군. 아까 혼자서 제일 많이 처맞고 나더니
I haven't played Chapter 4 of Deltarune yet. You're mad! All of the thrashings finally sent you off the deep end!
이건 내 목적일 뿐이에요.
I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the same direction.
당신들 알아서 결정해요.
Admittedly, being his age and his crew must be an impressive feat. Exactly. I'll leave it up to you. Well, to the manager, since their decision matters the most.
아무튼
This company, me,
목적을 달성하려는 방법을
we're
모색할
both
뿐이에요.
just trying to find a way to reach our goals. That's all this is. Hey, Shadow Clone, how's it going?
그리고 딱히 이렇다 할 방법도 없잖아요. 안 그래요?
Besides, does anyone have a better idea?
나는 반대야. 저걸 정상적인 생각이라고 들어주는 것부터가
No, can't argue to that. We're making a mistake by even entertaining that balmy idea.
한 가지 질문이 남았네.
I must ask you one last thing.
붉은색.
Will you join us to finish Rad?
No, of course not. He's useless. The Indigo Elder suddenly broke his silence with a question.
I'm not experienced or particularly skilled at hunting marine life, but I have other more important concerns that prevent me from joining.
I need this new Ryoshu. I know what you mean. If I don't pull her by the end of the banner, I think I'm almost guaranteed I'm going to use fragments, showers, or dispense. How have you been? Good. Bad. Yeah. It's a mix this week, Shadow. Things have been kind of all over the place this week. I'm glad for just a few minutes to sit down for the stream. I've been very busy this week. Hence why this stream, this is the third different time I've planned and I've scheduled this stream. We are streaming at a time that was not planned. Oh, it's like things have been wild. But I'm glad we actually got to stream. You have to sacrifice Elder to... She's a... Yeah. Oh, she looks so fun playing with House of Spiders, Ryoshu. Oh, I've got to try her. Plus, okay, I might be wrong, but I also kind of want to try her not just on a House of Spiders team, but I'm curious if she'd work alright on a Birna team, because she has a couple abilities. I think 2 of her abilities can actually trigger Birna to deal damage. And like maybe that's like if I get enough good Birna application on the team, that would help as a payoff. She gets super OP if you let her slime the entire House of Spiders team, including... Yeah, that's why... one of the reasons I think I really need to get here is because I already have almost the entire House of Spiders team, just excluding Proxydon and Kyoto, which means if I get here, I think I'm also going to dispense Proxydon and Kyoto, because I think that would make a great... it would be a great choice. A very good team. Also, I'm curious, actually. For those of you who have played Limbus Company longer than I have, you might have a better idea as to the development cycle of this game than I do. Is there any chance that we're ever... this is a question I've had in mind. Is there any chance that we... are ever getting any more House of Spiders IDs? And as a follow-up question to that, if we get more House of Spiders IDs, will they count for her passive in any way? Will she then kill them and get a different passive from them? There are 3 more House of Spiders IDs to get. Will we get... Will her effect be adjusted for them when they come out? We will get some Nursefather ID, middle Nursefather ID, and some apprentice. Wait, do we have a middle apprentice ID? Wait, we do. I just played with the middle apprentice. I will count to her passive. Okay, yeah, I feel like I really want to pull for her. I've already done all of my mirror dungeons for the week, sadly. I can't remember if I referred to Virgil's line here. I'll reread it. Oh, wait. If you look at her trailer here, S33 reuses its coins more times than... Oh, yeah, I did watch her trailer. So no, unless the worst comes to pass, I will not take part. Also, actually, a side note, do we know how... I did some research and I saw how long previous seasons of the game have lasted, but I did not find anything totally out how long this season will last. Do we have any idea? Oh, just estimates. The old man rose from his seat and walked off, though he was about to leave. Because I did see some estimates, but wait a moment.
길잡이가 참여하지 않더라도 승산은 있을 수 있다. 계획을 면밀히 짠다면 우리끼리 충분히 수행할
We
수 있을 텐데.
don't need the guide. With a proper plan, we are more than capable of completing this mission. 5,000 damage, spice book. You saying sinking? I've never really played with sinking that much. I think I have spice bush, you saying?
그렇게 섣불리
To
포기하는
give
것은
up so quickly is...
거절한다고 말한 적 없네.
I never said I am.
창백한 고래를
This
잡으려면
loud screaming ship won't do now. Hunt for the pallid whale.
Screaming? I didn't think Mephistopheles was that loud.
가까이 그리고 은밀히 다가가야 합니다.
To hunt, the boat must remain near
배가
and
필요하지.
covert. A narrow and sturdy boat is what we need.
아니 그러면 왜 베르길리우스 씨가 안 도와준다니까? 바로 승낙.
So all you need to hear was that Vergilius wasn't going to help out? Why?
그러게.
Right? This could go much smoother if Virgi was with us.
말씀하신 배는 저희 쪽에서 구비하고 있습니다.
Sinking has been described as rapture without the count issue, but that's only against enemies without SP or at negative 45 when you have spice.
아니,
Maybe sometime I'll try
나는 내
spice
배로
bush.
속해.
That's alright. I'll sail on my own skiff.
그 낚싯배? 고래가
Oh,
꼬리만 터득이면 다
Litini!
부서질
The
것 같이
whale could
생겼던데.
split it in two with a light wag of its tail. Heathcliff's tail. I don't think you argue with this guy. I think he knows what he's doing, even if that does seem logical.
아니, 저 배 상태는 구려 보여도 어지간해서
No.
부서지지 않는 배다.
That skiff, it may not look like much, but it is extremely durable.
엑스사의 합금을 사용했구려.
I see that axe scopes always have been used in its construction. That could not have been an easy ingredient to come by.
혹시
Oh, another benefit of having a color bestowed upon thee. Then I have huge tail of... Instead of entertaining that bombardment of questions, he approached me. He does not seem to be one to talk a lot.
보아하니 지금까지
I noticed it in the earlier scuffle.
시계로 인해
That clock seems to have been you and your crew's lifeline.
어떤 원리인지
I know not how it works, but I presume it is a singularity of sorts. Maybe, I don't know. They don't really tell us about this technology that they put on us.
하지만
It would be fantastic if they explained more about this clock before, just suddenly out of nowhere. Oh, hey, by the way, it's got a self-destruct button.
It will not work against the whale.
Yeah, Ishmael has been over that.
그러니
So stout now. Get used to the idea that not everything can be brought back.
Why? Why did you accept, even after Vergilius opted out? It was a question I've been unable to let go.
어째서 베르길리우스 씨의 도움 없이도
Dante.
작성하였냐고.
Dante asks why you accepted our request, even after Vergilius opted out. I think I have the answer. It's because this guy... I mean, wait a second. This guy was already looking for the pallid whale. He was already on the hunt for it before we asked. in a way, we're just here to help him. I don't know.
질문이 틀렸군.
You asked me the wrong question. I would have denied your request had Rod agreed to take part.
Interesting.
붉은색과 내가 나선다면 시간은 걸리더라도 반드시
Let's say that Rod joined us. We would together battle the whale in a long and arduous struggle. In the end, the whale would surely go down, taking one of us with it. That is why I would have opted out if Rod chose to join us. Because the hunt would no longer be mine.
그게 무슨 말이야?
What does that mean? Thy intentions elude me.
I mean that I would not be able to test my limits.
I see.
한계? 지금 무슨 말을 하는 거예요?
Limit? What are you even talking about?
필요한 모든 수를
Look,
가용해서라도
to hunt that whale, we have to prepare with everything we have. And
Out of fear, humans drew borders even to the outskirts that lie behind the city's limits. Beyond it are stars that lie beyond the edge of understanding, beyond even the concept of fear itself. I am but a fisherman, seeking to cross the borders and challenge that very understanding.
설마 외곽 너머를 말하는 건가?
How are you talking about what lies beyond the outskirts? Its outreaches?
그 고래는 모든 걸 집어삼키고
That whale devours everything. It brings nothing but calamity. How could you?
So you have been a prey once, sailor. Countless lakes here also devour, summon calamities. If you find yourself at a crossroads, if you find that your life is worth nothing in the face of what lies before you, recall this conversation. I'm no good with advice. Never was.
Maybe that's just a fixer thing. The fixers don't seem great with charisma and talking to people. They seem to have put all their points into fighting. Color fixers.
Still, I thought I'd part a few words as a fellow seafarer. Suppose I felt a bit of kinship.
As per the old man's direct actions, we rode on the skiff, prepared on Mephistopheles. I saw Ishmael moments before boarding the skiff on Mephistopheles. This was Ishmael's plan, but I had no way of knowing what she was really thinking. I had an inkling, yes, and so far I've been going along with those vague guesses. Vague guesses that led to disasters. So I had to ask her myself, Ishmael, what do you really want? What I really want? I see another vision of Ishmael. Oh, would you look at that? You see that? She's smiling. She seems happy. I think she might be happier than we've seen her in a bit. She seemed rather depressed lately, but look, smiling. She was hiding it well from the other sinners and Virgilius. But I could clearly see what she really wanted, her true desire. Ishmael, She was lifting a body from the waters. A body that was torn asunder. Shattered bones. Strips of muscle tissue. Flash. Ishmael trembled with elation before what looked like the captain's mutilated corpse.
뭐예요?
What?
얼른 가죠.
Come on! Let's get going. I'm not surprised. She's obsessed with revenge. I think that's a good point to take a real quick break. Yeah, we'll take a break. I think we're doing a fair amount more when we get back. We're not ending that soon though. If you are enjoying the stream, can I consider leaving a like on the stream during the break? We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Revenge and obsession in a story based on Moby Dick. That's certainly unexpected. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I do want to make sure we max out the sweeper fuel cylinder we get from this, which means we need 120% on these. That's sad. 60, 40. Can I get 20%? Actually, I don't care enough. 100% is still a lot. We're going to just do this. I want to use fire for stuff as a survivor that I just got. This is currently kind of what my Burner team looks like. LCE Eagle Outer Blossom Stealth House T-Show Pack. Heathcliff, Lou Association, Radia, Fire Fist Survivor, the one who shall grip, and then the last slot is kind of.
불꽃을 바라신다면 따뜻하게 불꽃을 바라신다면
Maybe we use a support character. Let's pull up a support burn character. Yeah, why not? There we go.
벌써 화끈하네.
As we discussed earlier, we took a different route from the Indico Alder. We were to first arrive at separate destinations for our plan. Look at that. Something's floating over there. Okay, my guess is these are things that have been victims of the pallid whale. Not long after we crossed the line where the lake water turned dark grey, we noticed something pale peeking out from the lake. Oh, those islands? There's a lot of them.
암초일 수도 있다. 어쩌면 이번 호수는
They may be reefs. Perhaps that is the lake's challenge. This lake's challenge, to navigate it while avoiding them to the best of our abilities. Okay, the background noise seems a little loud. I'm tuning that down a touch.
크기가 들쭉날쭉한
Well, they sure do look rocky, but
엄청 커요.
they're too big to be called reefs.
뭔가 느껴지는 것이 있어, 단테.
Blue sunset, Dante.
저것들이 몰려
We may attempt to discover a path that does not lead into an area cluttered with such obstacles. Yet that would require us to hazard a path unknown. It may lead to this plan's ruin. If you can sense even the most general direction of the golden bow, please relay it to me. I can use that to approximate its location. I can assure you a degree of accuracy now that we have as additional data provided by the Indigo Alder. Why couldn't you have just been our magic compass to begin with, Clarkard? They are able to do this only under the peculiar conditions of the Great Lake, which has very few in the way of obstacles. No, that makes sense to me. The urban areas of the city are dense with structures, both high and low, into the ground. The higher population density also complicates matters, considering that Dante can detect the golden bow only in close proximities. Considering that there may be insurmountable obstacles in our way, their sense will not be of much help there. So they're back to being just your usual Clarkard anywhere else. Thanks. Huh, so that's why I could feel the golden bow here, even when it was so far away. I raised my finger and pointed toward the general direction of this vague feeling.
Confirmed.
해당 방향에
We will
있으면
turn the ship around in that direction. Ishmael wordlessly steered the ship according to Faust's words. We grew ever nearer to the island, or a reef. A heavy silence descended upon the listeners. Until Ishmael gasped with a sudden realization.
이 호수였구나.
It's this lake. There was an incomprehensible look on Ishmael's face. Maybe I saw unrestrained joy? The joy of finding something she's been searching for so long? Such an overwhelming, all-consuming happiness that her facial muscles began to twitch on their own? Maybe I saw extreme fear. The fear in the face of destiny. Unavoidable horror. The lake's splashing waves hit her trembling face and rolled down her cheek. Or maybe she was sweating from dread.
이스마엘, 무언가 깨달은 정보가 있는 건가요?
Ishmael, do you have any new information to share with us?
네.
Yeah. Here. I know what to do from here. I know exactly what to do.
오티스 씨,
Otis,
저는
I
후면이
can't
있어서
clearly
확실하게
see
보이지
what's in
않아요.
front of us back here.
그러니까
Tell me precisely
지금
what you
내 앞에
see.
어떤 것들이 몇
Their
개나,
numbers, their
어느
sizes,
정도의
all of
크기인지.
it.
암초들 주변에는 거센 해류가 흐르고 있으니 빠르게 피할 방법을
Trying to avoid the wild currents and find a safe path around these rocks. Understood. Otis nodded emphatically before rising from her seat to gaze at the path ahead. She balanced herself as the ship rocked.
350m 가량에
About 350 meters ahead, minuscule plain patterned glistening rock. About 500 meters ahead, that is a medium-sized rock. It has a bump on top of it that stands out.
계속하세요.
Continue. And not so far ahead from there is a large island with a rough, porous shape. Oh, upon closer inspection, it's like an archipelago of 3 or 4 similar islands. She has good eyesight.
좋아요.
Good. Ishmael began fiddling with the steering gear and the engine's output levers as though something had clicked in her mind.
좋아. 첫 번째 암초는 성공적으로 통과했다.
Good, we've made it past the first rack.
뭔가 암초라기에는
Its texture was a bit different from that of a normal rack, wasn't it?
잘 알.
Gee, that's not the texture of a rack, or even soil.
두 번째도 통과.
We just passed the second one.
야, 앞에
Oh,
벤츠
what's so
놈하고
weird
벤츠
about
놈하고
the
칼을 줘서 안
texture?
들어서 그런데
I can see over the big boy and the long one.
저거 살아 숨쉬는
That there is a living, breathing thing.
뭐?
What?
잠깐. 물게.
Wait, Swabby, watch where you're steering the ship. We're going to crash into that third rack at this rate.
가는 거예요, 오티스 씨. 우린 거기에 내리.
And that's what I'm going to do, Otis. That's where we get off.
잠깐. 저거 말하는 거야?
That rock?
저
The
기분 나쁜
creepy
그런
Paris
소리
rock over there. I don't think it's a rock.
야, 쳐들었어도
Oh wait, feel free to crash into a rock a long time, but don't take all of us with you. That's not even a single tree up there, let alone a person. What the bloody hell are we anchoring there for?
생각하는 방식부터 틀렸어요, 당신.
You got to screw your head on in a different direction in the Great Lake, Heathcliff.
뭐가 틀렸다는?
What are you talking about? A loud shock and an ear-splitting sound, the skiff scratching and sliding against something cut Heathcliff off.
야이씨, 운전 똑바로 안 해?
Do you even know where you're going, woman?
아니, 맞겠군.
Oh yes, she knows. Wait, it's white color, Ishmael.
네, 애초에 이것들은 섬이 아니야.
Yeah, those aren't islands or rocks. What we thought were islands suddenly rumbled, vibrating as ground tremor from an earthquake.
전부 어느 고래의 일부예요.
They're all part of a whale. A colossal creature shudders as it wakes from a long slumber. Is this the pallid whale? Pallid blue mermaid. So, for each surviving pallid-fied ally, copy one of the buffs currently applied to the target. That's a fascinating ability. I like how this game goes for some interesting abilities at times. Which I like. I like it. Look at the fire. Oh, look at the name of the ability that the mermaid is using. Wait a second. Is it Morse code? It looked like it was dots and dashes. I don't know Morse code myself. I feel like there's a chance that is Morse code though, because that's dots and dashes for those abilities. Interesting. Oh, what am I doing? I don't have an Ishmael ID in this fight. Okay, I need to switch an Ishmael ID in, even if I use my Bruna team. I mean, there's Liu Association Ishmael. I don't think she's like exactly the best Bruna ID, but she is a Bruna ID. She's not the worst either, is she?
언제까지 버티나 보자고. 그렇게 서 있으면 손이 떨어질 수밖에.
So we'll have to use our support slot for that then.
불타버렸나?
Technically, I do have Pakwad Captain Ishmael, but I don't. And technically, she does do Byrne. She does have like a Byrne thing. First skill is Afi, second skill is FEM, and third skill is Alti. I wonder if those mean anything. Thanks. It could be Radia speak there. Oh, Korean mouse codes, it means I remain. I want to use that. And that. I really want to get some more ideas for this team. Have you fought Ricardo yet? I did. It was a fun fight. It was fun. We fought him with a bunch of middle IDs, including Middle Heathcliff.
소각되었습니다. 아른거리는 불길 속으로.
No, Shadow, resist it. Don't eat the tide pad. I could use Magic Bullet at Otis as a support. But here's the thing. It's occurred to me that I really want to have an Ishmael on my team, since it's Ishmael's Canto. And technically Magic Bullet Otis is probably the best character. I'm trying to say this when I read that you mean the tidepad candies you find no version in machine. But what I'm trying to say, yeah, technically, if I'm trying to do a Byrne team and I don't have Magic Bullet Otis, she is probably just the hands down best character I could borrow as a support. But I think I want to borrow a Lure Association Ishmael so that I can run my Byrne team with Ishmael, who is the key character this Canto, still included in my team. Where's Ishmael? Yeah, she cares about Byrne. You can also use House of Spiders Ishmael. House of Spiders Ryoshu. Yeah. But I would have to power her as support, and then I have to use my own Ishmael. Don't forget Torpilio, the plastic of your tide pads. Great advice, Shadow. No one forgets to do that. I certainly do have the option of borrowing Blade of the House of Spiders. Part of me wants to wait. Yeah, the microplastic is bad for you, but the rest of the tide band, great. Part of me wants to wait borrowing a Blade of the House of Spider because I want to get here myself and then try here when I have here myself first. It's kind of weird. I mean, I have a daily pull. I don't think I got to. I mean, it's kind of close. It's still Ryoshu. Just not the right Ryoshu. And also, I have 312. We're getting there, and I mean, I have the boxes, but I'm going to keep trying to pull for here. I'm not using the boxes yet. There's a chance that we might later on the stream. I might get bored of it and decide we are going to actually borrow a blade of the House of Spiders, and we're going to. Bro's gonna pull up out here 200 times. I'm going to pull up out here until the end of her banner. If I don't get her, I'll use shouts. But I'm going to keep trying to get her until her banner's out. What was it? Ishmael. Yeah, we want to get Ishmael in on the team. There. Leo Association. Just snag Harpoon, unfortunately. But, you know, what can you do? We'll get him here. So, after the team. Okay, so we have an alright Boon team here. Level what? Come on, I surely someone else has a association. There we go. There we go. Thanks for pointing that out. Someone is trying to sabotage me right there. This is a proper one. Even ooh.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Limited time ego. Maybe we'll use it if we actually. Let's check. Do I have the resources to use that at some point? I think I. 1 second. Oh, it would be kind of tough, but it is technically possible for us to trigger this. Our team doesn't get a ton of that, but we'll use this just to try to generate more of it. Should I go for it? No. The Boon team that I most want to kind of set my sights on making, if that makes sense, is kind of in my mind rather. If you're a mad scientist, what experiments do you do? Well, I mean, I'm experimenting on different builds, aren't I? I don't think a Boon build is exactly matter, especially. I do different experiments. I do different build experiments and different.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 별 아플걸?
Nicola from Genshin Impact, I figured out why she can't attack. Oh! Her banner is coming up in a few days. We might do a Genshin Impact stream next week because of that. Might not, though. It is Boon season? Is it? None of these characters are from the current season.
언제까지 버티나 보자고.
There's a lot of boon units in this season. There's a lot of units that do some the touch on the boon, but not a lot that focus on synergizing with boon. Other than the brand new one, and actually there was another one, not the House of Spiders one. One that I do not have. Also, actually, a little aside, how a part of the mad scientist persona I have is, so I have a habit of playing off-meta stuff in the game. I don't oftentimes in the games play superior to the current meta, especially at a certain point in my channel. A while ago, there was a game that we did a stream of every single week, basically, and it was kind of going to be one of my channel's main themes, that I did one stream of that game every single week. And that game, in particular, I kind of hate playing meta builds of. That game being Magic the Gathering. We used to do do at least one stream of Magic the Gathering every single week. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking of making another channel and doing occasional Magic the Gathering stuff on a second channel, but I really don't do meta stuff in Magic the Gathering. I thought Magic the Gathering was a card game. It is a card game. I love it. It's been a season since the original story of Hollis Green ended with the character Yoshihide watching his daughter burn in a carriage, so it's yeah. But I will say it's also a little more difficult in some of these gacha games to sometimes do to experiment with builds than it is in some games, because of the fact that you have to oftentimes either spend hard-earned in-game currency or spend real money to acquire characters, and you kind of need more characters to be able to experiment with builds. So in some ways we're kind of limited to how much we can experiment with builds in this game without just going in and spending money on banners.
진행하겠습니다.
쓰러져?
아른거리는 실필 속으로.
I may have not paid enough attention and let Faust combust, because I was talking about stuff.
불길 속으로.
I should have used her ego, but I was hacking about stuff. I specifically got her ego so that wouldn't happen. Oh, to be clear, in case you're curious, this time that we did a Magic the Gathering stream every week was back when we had like less than 10 subscribers or so. Right, I get it now. All of these rocks were actually whales, and I get that mermaids pop out of those poles. But I think it's a loony thing. Why are we even drying their iron, huh? We could have just gone around them.
스트레스 해소? 뭐 그런 거냐? 두더지 잡듯이.
Looking to let off some steam? Hankering for a game of whack-a-mole all of a sudden, is that it?
그럴 리가 있나요?
Of course not.
제가 알고 있는
This is just the only method I know. You better be ready to explain what you're talking about. Heathcliff, furious, wasn't the only Sinu looking at Ishmael with expectant eyes. There were Otis and the other Sinus who all looked to hear for some answers. Ishmael. I just clicked the button that makes me see the oldest live streams, and you streamed Minecraft. Yep, our very first stream on the channel, Minecraft. Originally, I was also going to stream a more Minecraft. I was going to kind of be streaming Minecraft and Magic the Gathering. And I was too, of course. I also didn't think I'd actually be doing this. Well, so there's this legend-like tale. Legend? Each lake of the Great Lake has its own culture, with the many wandering and choosing to call those places their home. So naturally, there are as many tales as there are lakes. But there's that one tale of a certain lake that is passed down orally from sailor to sailor, just like the legends of old. The legend of the gloomy grey lake of wafting and rambling. Sailors saying the legend of that lake, passing it down for years upon years. Doom, and hew thy veiled path to misty seas. Be gloom, and let whales draw their pearls in search of pallid hue. Tomb shall be thy misty path, heeding the weeping whales. Whatever does that mean? It's simple. Hit the porous whales to wake them, draw out and hunt their mermaids, and path to the pallid whale should clear out the mist. Do you really believe that? You expect us to believe just that hogwash? Blimey! Don't think I'd ever get to say these words before my deathbed, but... Are you stupid? Seeing the evolution of your thumbnails is quite funny. Yeah, I bet if you're scrolling through the old stuff, Shadow, you can see a certain stage where I had a different... Well, first off, I had basically no thumbnails, some real stupid stuff, and then I started getting better, and then I had a different style than I currently use. I even included my channel's logo in every thumbnail, and I slowly found this style that I use now. Listen, what does waking these whales up have anything to do with getting rid of that thick fog? It's got to make even a little bit of sense, no?
히스클리프 씨가 인과관계를 가지고
Heathcliff discusses the correlation between actions and consequences. This truly is a rare experience indeed. It's true. It is a strange experience. The response to his questioning might in fact be that, you know, there are times with things in this that actions and consequences don't have entirely expected relationships. I mean, why in the world some of the rules of the lakes and stuff don't make a ton of sense. I just came across the Deltarune stream. Yeah, maybe we might want to finish it get through there in Deltarune sometime. Shut up, Smoutos, I'm serious! And do you think the lad that sends waves after us, if we don't cross the borders at the exact right moment, makes sense? Hey, that's kind of exactly what I said. About cause and effects not always making sense. You think the lad that makes us go in circles before reaching our destination, the lad that doesn't let us go back the way we came from, makes any sense? I've been telling you this whole time, common sense has no place in the Great Lake. It's just the way this place works, okay? You just have to accept that. Fine, I'll give you that, but like the laws of the city, as outlandish as they are, they're still strict laws that can be calculated into the variable coordinates or whatnot. What you're blathering here is some vague old son. Am I supposed to believe something so absurd? Yes, because I've seen it myself. Years ago, when a young, stupid, but motivated sailor boarded the ship, she had the most unfortunate opportunity of witnessing this very legend with her own eyes. Because that's how she saw the pallid whale. Heathcliff fell silent, scratching his head. The rest of the sinews also nodded and began whispering. I really don't like you. Took the words right out of my mouth. I don't like any of this, but I know that you're not the kind of lass to lie or tell tales just to get the upper hand in a petty squabble. Fine, let's go all the way to the end. I'll keep whacking those mole-like things with this club. I can also accept your explanation, but from now on, I would appreciate if you could share your knowledge with us first, before doing anything. I just figured out how to create the best drink. It involves a TARDIS, a toast, a water bottle, and a food of your choice. I'm fresh out of TARDISes, so I unfortunately can't have it. I'll try. In a way, I am relieved that we now have a definite path forward. Yeah, well, let's go find our next whale. Yes, executive manager. All aboard, man. Truly, the ocean mist is splitting, as though a blade has hewn it in half. Once we eliminated the mermaids of the last whale, singled out by Ishmael, the fog slowly began to fade, behind it was a different lake beyond the Grey Sea.
마침내.
Finally!
일부 통화율 정상. 개체의 행동 패턴 추출 완료. 이 정도 성과라면 다음 연구로 이어나갈 수 있겠군요.
Hey, she still got top damage even though I let her explode herself. An accident. Not on purpose.
날씨가 제법 굽다.
The weather there is quite hostile.
Musa was right. The lake beyond the boulders was nigh pitch black. Wow. The waves crested tall, rising and crashing violently under the thundering rainstorm. The wild winds have begun to sway the boat. Isane's face was starting to grow pale. I'm starting to wonder if we can really do this. Who out thou this streamer to be? I am Dalag. If that's your question. The weather is hostile. I think they could tell by the fact their clothes are soaked with easy water. Yeah. I do not envy their position in that boat, that tiny boat. We have a lot that stop us from trying.
그건 그렇지.
The whale scene is coming. Trust it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. The horror of it, I'm assuming. I guess that's true.
진입하겠습니다.
Alright. Heading into the zone.
이 호수의 파도는 신경 쓰지 않아도 되나?
Yep. I have tried my best to avoid very much of spoilers for my playthrough of Limbus Company so far. I have gotten tiny things here and there, but I try my best. Are there any other laws of the lake that we must be mindful of? I don't know the laws of the lake. No, it's waves.
해무가 열리는 모습. 그 안에 파도치는 시커먼 호수는 기억에 있죠.
I remember the fog split open. I remember the obsidian sea and the endless tempest. Doesn't sound like a good place, Ishmael. But the rest of it, all I remember is that the captain was excitedly delivering a speech at witnessing the legends come to life, and that we were all busy preparing for the whale hunt. Okay, part of me does want to use the Ishmael as captain of the Pequod identity in this a little, even though I don't know how good of a team I have. I must give the streamer PM facts that are most ingenious. Sounds good. Shadow. Redacted information. So what awaits us ahead is a real adventure. We'll be sailing blindly into the night. Then we'll have to face everything head on.
네, 파도가 오면 정면으로 부딪힐 겁니다.
Yes, if the waves come to claim us, we will face them head on. But may I first ask though, how are you enjoying Limbus company? Limbus so-far manager dialogue. I have been enjoying it. I think, and I think I've mentioned this before, my enjoyment of the game has actually gone up significantly since the previous Canto. I was enjoying it before in Cantos 1 through 3, but Canto 4 both had, I would say, better story than the first 3 Cantos. And on top of that, in a Canto 4, when I got trounced by the boss, Dan Bake, and then we took a break for me to get my team up to power to beat Dan Bake. I feel like I've just gotten more into the game. The boss trouncing me first got me more into the game because I got more into figuring out how do the certain mechanics of the game work, and after that, and I've just been having that more fun ever since that.
그 고래가 나타나도
Even the whale.
아직까진
No signs of that whale yet, though.
그때는
Back then, it attacked us mere minutes after we entered the lake. Before that, I feel like I was more in it for the story and less in it for the mechanics of the fights and the combats in it. But since that boss fight, I have been more invested in the actual mechanics, which I like. I love a good story in a game, but when a story and good mechanics are married together, and you have this great melding of the storytelling and the mechanics, that's I like that even more. There are some games that only do one of those two things well, of mechanics or storytelling. What art thou to be the opinion of Canto 4? I liked it. So far my favorite Canto so far. I said so far twice. For some reason. Yeah, that was my favorite. Of the Cantos I have completed, favorite Canto. I like Isan. And I really like the way this game is, that we so far get to know a scenario in the Canto. We have a Canto about a given scenario, and maybe not all at once, but gradually over the course of the Canto, or sometimes more at once, we get the backstory and we get to know them. And so far, the character also changes through the course of those events, and I can place a noticeable change on each of the 4 scenarios that I finished their Canto before and after their Cantos. You could even say metamorphosis, Gregor. Anyways. Hey, greetings, redacted. Or should I say, greetings! Everyone was tense as they could ever be, looking around nervously.
저건
Wait, what's that? There's something there, something tall.
같은데.
가까이 다가가 보는 걸 추천한다. 내가 일어나 광원을 가까이.
I always love a good opportunity for me to get to use one of my buttons like that one. I don't always get opportunities. A close-up approach is recommended. I have a source of light to improve our visibility. What is that? Mirso got up with the lantern and pointed the light towards where sitting clear indicated. What is that?
하나가 아니네요.
There's several of them.
여기 뭐지? 호수 한가운데 저런 게 떠 있을.
Oh, and yeah, Kiwami, Kiwami or Kiwami? I welcome illustrious Pianofax. Oh, what's that? Hal, who put them there? What are they even for? Oh, those pillars. Oh, they look kind of like pillars. Maybe they're like lighthouses? Lighthouses? Yeah, I can kind of see that. Dost thou know that the Sinew's birthday is through Sinew numbers? Wait, what do you mean by that? They're born on the day of the month of their number? Oh, wait, there's 12 of them. The month of their number. Who's Sinew number 5? It's the 5th month now. Do you remember seeing anything like that, Ishma? No. I don't even have a hazy recollection of it. I've never seen it before in my... Don Quixote's birthday is March 3rd. Muso's birthday was recently on 5/5. Okay, and the next one coming up is whoever's number 666. Gregor is that one out born on February 29th. That's kind of weird. I mean, actually, that's interesting. That's the leap year. How are you enjoying the game? Oh, I'm having a great time. Oh, we can see even more behind. They stretch all the way up into the clouds, don't they? Ishmael has the nazar of the Swine Sea gotten to you as well. You are Honolulu is the June 6th. Okay. His birthday's coming up. I think he's saying is asking the round person here. He is asking the sailor if the Naja of the Sea has gotten to him. Isan, you're supposed to be one of the smart ones. Your face has grown rather pale. I knew that that can't be true. A seasick sailor only exists in jokes. Besides, Ishmael was doing just fine a mere moments ago. Did she realize what the pillars are, maybe? I think he should ask Otis instead. She doesn't seem like she's been on a ship much. Yes, but she'd never admit it. I don't think Otis would admit that. Oh, Suthi-san has endured through a journey most painful, going through seasickness in the Great Lake. He has indeed. In fact, it does seem he is the only one who seems affected to a great degree. If anyone else is affected, they're affected only much more minorly, or they can hide it much better.
그렇군. 이런 모습이었던 거였어.
I see. So that's what it looked like. Even a small part of it is... A terrifying realization.
어떤 건데 그래요?
Oh, what is it?
알기 싫어도 알게 될 거야.
You'll find out soon enough, even if you don't want to.
저건
You've solved the grandfather paradox. Fantastically done, Shadow. One more paradox for us to not worry about. I think there's thesis Greek words. The ship of Theseus. Paradox is the most relevant one right now. There, a rogue wave ahead.
청원.
All hands brace, grab onto what you can. Ishmael's headband is a knot. Oh. I've never realized that. That makes sense though, as a sailor. As a sailor she is. Before we even had the chance to say anything, a leviathan of a wave rose to its crest, then it crashed onto us from above, and sucked us deep into the lake before throwing us back to the surface. Oh, thanks for throwing us back to the surface.
운이 좋았군요.
We were lucky.
그대로
There was a
가운데
high chance that the following vortex would have dragged the vessel deep underwater.
아니, 운이 좋은 거 맞냐 우리? 방금
Lucky? You saw what was down there? That was... Everyone okay? Everyone was soaking wet, nearly hyperventilating, but mostly awestruck by what we've just witnessed. I couldn't do this. This place seems terrifying.
이탈자는 없습니다만.
Oh, we've been over it, but deep water like this, where you can't see the bottom. I think I've mentioned this before. It kind of scares me. And there's monsters too. Sea monsters though. We have everyone, but... what? We just saw down there. Oh.
등대 같은 게 아니라 모조리.
Oh no. Oh no. They weren't lighthouses. They were
엄청나게 큰 고래들의
tails of colossal whales. Oh no. Oh no. Why'd you say it?
아, 진짜 그만하고 싶네 이거.
Oh, wow, okay. I really wanna give up now. Sadly, I don't think Virgilius will let us give up on anything. Let's say you live another 50 years, basically everything about you is different. Would you say you're the same person you were 50 years prior? There's your answer to the ship of Theseus. I don't think I'm the same person that I was 6 years ago. 07 or 08. I feel like I'm a very different person than I used to be. I wanna go back to the time when I didn't know what the whales really looked like. So this is the lake where the whales come to sleep. Oh no! Oh, I didn't realize they were asleep. You know what? I am glad we didn't bring the bus. I am so glad we didn't bring the bus. We need to not wake these up. Is that a satisfying answer for that brain of yours? I think so. Sure. I think you remember this, Shadow, because I've mentioned it before, but I'm not certain if you do. I'm almost certain I've mentioned this before, but I do love paradoxes, logical paradoxes. They fascinate me. Yeah, if they're deep in the water with their necks bent like that, I could see their tails rising tall over the surface. Maybe. She says she didn't see these before, or she can't remember having seen these before. Maybe, So either her memory's been altered either by a device present in this world or by just pure trauma. That's one option. Or they were all awakened, thus maybe not sleeping, maybe not at this lake when she was here before. It's a thing that she spent years working an office job before spending years at the Great Lake. Oh, I didn't know that. But there's no way they missed this commotion.
기울고 있어요.
This ship, we're killing over. The city has over 7 billion people in it. Indeed, and yet everyone experiences this kind of madness every day. That one. We're finally here. I think that's what Ishmael whispered, but the storm, the waves buried her voice deep into the lake. Does this lake, with all of the sleeping whales, also have its own waves that come at a certain point in time? That one has to leave the lake when the waves are going to come? I wonder. This lake that already has... I mean, I can count at least like 5 whales, if those are tails of whales. Huh. If the Indigo Aldo made it here as we planned. I think I will not attempt to do a better version of Don Quixote than herself, so we will just... There we go. Just had to turn my sound up for that. Oh, Yandu! Is that the whale? We didn't have to wonder even for a second about what Don Quixote was screaming at. An entire herd of entities, each dropping every single whale we weathered throughout this journey, emerged from the waters all at once. In unison, they began migrating in a single direction to witness something like that. Well, I feel like we're just so dead here. I mean, we're just in a bad place. Enough to make even Mirso gape with plain bewilderment. Looks like things are going according to plan. Oh, that's fantastic news. We'll have to do our part. There! There was a whale that stood out among the herd of an laughably immense whales. Oh! My hat's kind of blocking him, but I think that's the indigo alder right there. That's unimaginably good news that he's here. That's amazing news that he's here. Don Quixote truly speaks in most glorious ways that makes me question a manager, Dalek. Who out to be thy favorite sinner? It would be nice to have the list of sinners in front of me. I don't think I currently have a singular favorite, but there's a few that are currently up there. Don Quixote, Otis. Don Quixote, Otis, Isan, Faust. Those are some of them that I like the most. Don Quixote, Otis, Faust, Isan. Any others that stand out in my mind? I don't think I don't dislike any of them, though, but I think those are the ones that currently to me stand out as my favorites. Isan, Faust, Don Quixote. I'm missing one of them. Otis, yeah. Pallid as the pale death. Its hide thick with scar tissue.
유독 상처가 많군.
That one's particularly scarred. It's got to be the whale. It's the one. I found it. Yes, he was right. The wounds, the scars that the Puckwad made, they're all still there. I assume that you have finally located the whale.
그렇다고 생각됩니다.
I believe so, yes. As always, the chance of success must be minuscule. Did my the voice effect jump scare you?
그렇습니다.
Indeed it is. Osman! Ishmael thundered. Ishmael? No, louder than the thunder itself, as though her personality itself had suddenly shifted. Her voice seemed to overwhelm the storm itself. Also, wait! We haven't done it yet. I want to just hide everything and have a good image of this whale, of it, this shot of it. We might even have other shots later that we want, but I do want that shot. Yeah. Unseals you dogs! Osman! I set route to that pallet scene! Full speed ahead, row!
총력으로 쳐!
Full speed ahead, row! Even Otis was swept up in this sudden turn of events, repeating after Ishmael's bellowing commands. Is this what Ishmael was like when she sailed the lakes, or? Oh, is this the captain? That's what I was thinking. This seems more like the captain. I see light. It's the indigo alder. The old man and his skiff was sliding across the waters toward the whale.
잘 듣게. 잠에서 깬 나머지 고래는
Oh wait, I missed a line.
미끼를 향해 갔네.
Listen, Wall. The rest of the awakened whales have gone after the bait I've laid for them.
Oh, nice.
이제
Then the plan worked. Now, it wasn't clear. Oh! It wasn't clear whether it was the thunder or the old man's bellow that awakened the pallid whale. Silence began to lift. Manager Dalek, I believe we are in the situation in which people call cooked. I believe that is the appropriate terminology.
That image!
That. Whoa! I think I got chills when that eye opened.
이런 걸 이렇게 가까이서
It's
보는
been so long
오랜만.
since I've witnessed anything like this up close. It was an eye of astronomical proportion, so immense that it no longer resembled an eye, but a reflective mirror of the world. Oh, I trust you, Pillow.
직접 보는 것을 고대했지.
Oh, how I wished to see you eye to eye.
The old man, harpoon in hand, draws closer to the whale with grim, stony expression. Ishmael also aims her harpoon at the great whale, her face nearly tearing with uncontrollable joy. Some sinews tremble with fear while others prepare themselves. I'm so scared. That line... That line, oh how I wished to see you eye to eye. Makes me think he's going to die. Even though he seems incredibly powerful. And if he dies, what would we do? But that line feels like the sort of line some characters say before they die. All of it, the world contained in a single reflective eye that stretched even beyond our peripheral visions.
자, 물고기야.
Now here's your bait fish, bite on it.
I mean, maybe he won't, but I'm scared because of that line, because that line seems very much like the sort of line some characters say before they die. I would not recommend getting in a steering contest with it. Either.
I know you have no other choice. Biting and devouring is all you've ever known.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Death flags, Kiwami. I just realized that this is an old man who we just had an old man say, oh how he wished to see you eye to eye. It feels like he's just having the moment that some sort of kind of some Manto characters have where they're like, this is the time of my final fight, and then they go and die. Shadow, I think a steering contest against the creaking is actually an easier steering contest than against something else. Because it can't do anything else while you're steering it instead. Oh! Let me get a drink before I return up. Osman! Split the sea with yours! For now we are cooked. Yes!
I respect you, pallid whale. I respect that you have lived years in numbers that I cannot even begin to imagine. I respect that you hail from a place beyond my ken.
Also, on top of that, there's this whole storytelling thing that sometimes stories do, where they set up something, character, monster, as powerful, then they have another thing stamp that thing to show how powerful the second thing is. I'm worried they're going to do this 3 times in a row. Where they set up the middle brother, big brother, Ricardo, is super powerful, then have the Indigo Alder stamp him to set up the Indigo Alder as super powerful. Then what if they just have the whale stamp the Indigo Alder just to show us how doomed we are? It's this guy who stamped the guy who was stamping us. Just got stamped. I could see them doing that. But maybe he is he is actually our ace in the hole, our solution to this. Maybe. We'll see which route they take. If weeping angels don't have a physical form until you look at them, how are you looking at them? Quantum stuff.
But I will take this chance to stand before you to challenge you. And with this challenge to that of understanding I will row.
A giant harpoon soars across the black sky like a bolt of lovin' and strikes the pallid whale.
지금이다. 배를 힘껏 저어서 나아가자.
I will not underestimate the color pictures. I'm just scared because look at it! Now is our chance! Row on! Row on! Ishmael rose tall and alone, looking straight out beyond the speeding of boats, swaying bow, harpoon in her hand.
너를 다시 마주치면 무슨 생각이 들까? 많이 생각해봤었어.
Oh no, the whale has legs and hands? Oh, I don't like that. I've been thinking ever since then about what feelings you might dig up from my heart if I ever saw you again. But this feeling is much more straightforward than I expected. Nice meeting you again, you fucking whale. This is another one. I don't believe I will attempt to voice for you, so I'll just tune the sound up and... Yeah, I'm not reading the line myself. Greetings, Sinclair. Nice to have you here. Compared to the old man's harpoon, the harpoon Ishmael hurled was like a needle. I mean, we weren't expecting her to hurl it as well. Oh wait, but once struck as though its body was racked by an unbearable pain as the pallid whale's mouth opened and Zero itself began to vibrate. That sounds good and bad. I mean, it's racked by pain, but the ear began to vibrate. Since when did we have a scientist as our manager? Welcome to this mirror world where we do. Its mouth opens! That's kind of scary. Terrifying. Oh yeah, we're totally going to beat this. Oh, we're winning this one. Yeah. Ooh. Look at how strong we are. Yeah. We've got this. Ooh. Go. I will now fish this beast. You know, at least he sounds confident. Every sinner heard the old man's voice. Wow. Every sinner begins rowing with Alderman. Away, right? In desperation, as though death itself was in our pursuit. I don't know if we can get... Look at its eye. Its eye is moving. As though it was our fate, our destiny to row. We row! We row! We were sucked into an endless abyss. And a rapid vortex pulled us into the maws of the beast. Tenebris as well. Under a moonless sky. Well... Seems Limbus Company was a good game, but that seems to be the end of it. We're all gone, we're dead. It was a good one, it was good. 10 out of 10 game. Yeah. That's the... What? No! There was a deep noise, and like a droplet in the sea, we melted into the fathomless dark. I didn't notice the Venus and the indigo alder when I nearly read the line about it. Oh! Acknowledge. How goes the plan?
들리나? 어이.
Acknowledge. Hey.
아무래도 무전기가 정말
Looks like the radio's broken for good.
걱정이야.
It is the same arenas in which Jan and Damien used in Canto 3. Wait. Really? The story, I like the way they do the storytelling in this game. It is well done, and they never tell us more than they need to. They keep something so mysterious. But the things that they don't tell us are very much still there and very much exist. They're not like a winning of the storytelling. The storytelling, it exists. it exists. Oh. Yeah. That. Yeah, oh no. We are so eaten. We are. So this is a dungeon entrance. I am kind of thinking we might want to stout it next stream, or we could just do the very stout of it this stream. Because we've got to wrap it up soon. But also, you know, now that I think about it, this makes so much sense that the dungeon would be in the whale. Thou uses a Boone team. Boone is my favorite. I also have some. I have a handful of teams at this point, but like I've got this kind of arena focused team here that I've been enjoying. But I do love Boone. I like fire in the games in general, and Boone is kind of an extension of that. I love fire and Boone and stuff. I'm currently planning on hopefully getting Magic Bullet Otis as soon as I can. I have pulled for the I was hoping we'd get some more lunacy and we could do another set of pullers for Ryoshu this stream. We're close. Technically I have a ticket. A single ticket. We're so close. I was hoping we'd... Oh, wait a second. Wait, I don't think it actually matters. We have some more currency. Yeah, but it's just cosmetics and level in-app experience tickets. I mean, I think I'm just going to put them into the tickets. She is certainly definitely amazing. A one-person team. I think I want her both for a one-person team, and I also want her for I kind of want to try her on like a proper normal Burner team to see if maybe her ability to trigger burn on enemies feels useful on a Burner team, but she might not have enough synergy. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just get these, and then I suppose just grab 2 of those really quick. You figured something out recently? Part of me does think maybe I might figure out if there's a good way for me to use the Pakwa Captain just for the flavor of it. I mean, she has if the target is a lake entity, deal 10% extra damage, maybe then. But she like synergizes with allies from the Pakwad, and I don't know if I even have any. So, like, it might be a waste of my time. Oh yeah, I can use lunacy to fill it up again. I've seen that I can do that. I've never actually used lunacy for it though. whoops. I've had a lot of back. I try not to use my baxes that often, so that I can save my baxes for when I really need them. So I generally have baxes available for when I need to refill my lunacy. Not my lunacy. Well, yeah, I use my baxes to refill my lunacy. By the way, yeah. No, to refill my, and fill. Yeah. And lately I have also been pretty good at converting it to modules, which I've been doing a lot. I might look into yeah, I figured out a way to get the lunacy from the backs. I might look into if there's a good way to utilize the Perquad Captain in the dungeon. Otherwise, I might figure out. I need to decide which Ishmael we want to use in this dungeon, because we have to use an Ishmael in the dungeon. I don't know if that's actually Athena like the previous one where we literally had to use a Yisane, but I declare we have to use an Ishmael in the combats in the dungeon. I have declared it. And also between this stream and next, I'm going to do some polls on the Spanner off stream. I'm just going to, because I'm going to. Yep. I might post on the Discord if I pull here. I might post it in the Discord channel, a picture of it, like I have done a few times with some of the IDs. Yeah. This is the last stream of the week. I do not currently have our schedule ready for next week. I do know what one of the streams will be next week. We're continuing Divinity Original Sin 2, which we were supposed to do this week, but things happened. I think we should have time for more Limbus Company next week, but I don't know yet. I will see. I think it is my priority at the moment that we do get to some more of it. We might do Genshin Impact next week, but we might not. We might do something else. I have been wanting to get to some more something new. Try a new game, maybe. I want to try a new game if I can decide on one. But I hope everyone has enjoyed today. And until next time, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.